Okay, we're back to chapter 1 from First Cases, and yeah, welcome back. I'm Elder, and I'm here to give you some more of what I am currently enjoying. Then we can draw pretty much whatever we want in the snow. Crazy. There we go. It's perfect. Alright, let's get inside. A moment longer in this weather and my fingers would have become too cold to even knock the door. He's got a new look to him. Nice,
My
nice.
name is HERCULE Poirot. I am here
Poirot.
at the invitation of Mademoiselle Angeline.
Yep, Angeline.
Detective Poirot. We have been expecting you. Please come in from this frightful cold.
Why, thank you, sir.
Merci. I don't think I would have lasted much longer out here before turning into an icicle.
Welcome. I am Archibald Sterling, the head butler. Please accept my apologies. I have a rather pressing matter, but I will see that you are attended to immediately.
Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. I am sure I am more than capable of finding my room. I shall straighten myself up and be ready to join the party.
I mean, do you really have to straighten anything up? You look like you got that shit on, bro. You look great.
There is no rush, Detective. Dinner will not be served for some time. So please, make yourself comfortable. Once you have settled in, I am sure that Miss Angeline will be happy to see you. She has been eager for your arrival. She's not been herself recently.
And what is herself? Lying? Getting people in trouble? Like, what is herself?
You will be staying on the first floor. I believe your room is one of the two on the west side of the house.
Okay.
Merci. I am sure we shall speak again soon.
It is time to make myself comfortable. I shall begin with finding my room and straightening myself up before the party begins. Well, I'm glad you think that, Hercule. I will be snooping, getting some clues. Archibald. Archibald came across as a man with still much to do for them tonight. Why is he so stressed? Because he's a butler. Archibald Sterling. Archibald says the staff are very busy. I imagine the party this size requires a lot of preparation. I mean, yeah. It's a rich person party. This is the area where my room is. Yeah, this book.
Oh.
Tonight's arrivals have written a small signed message. The male guests are based in the East Wing. And I'm in the West. Yeah, why am I in the West Wing? Is she like trying to hide me from them or something? Like, what's going on? Okay, that's to my room.
Bonjour.
And this is
Allow
someone
me
else.
to introduce myself. I am Detective HERCULE Poirot.
Okay, HB.
Detective, I hope you're not here for me.
Dude, I don't even know who you are.
Not that I am aware of. Should I be?
Ha! Not often you meet a detective with a sense of humor. I'm Zakaria Demir, but you can call me Zach.
Okay, Zach. Judging by the smell of alcohol, I would say he had begun the celebrations early and is likely to be this friendly with everyone. Have you had a chance to congratulate the happy couple?
If I had seen them, maybe I would have. It is meant to be their celebration, but they're always off, dealing with something or other.
Huh. They are?
Something or other? A rather vague expression.
Yeah, it is. Very vague. You wouldn't happen to know, would you?
Let's just say they like to keep their cards close to their chest. For such a well-known family, I'm surprised they can keep anything hidden.
You'd be surprised.
Would you care to elaborate on what Mademoiselle may be hiding?
Yeah, can you elaborate, bro?
I'd rather not. You're the detective, isn't that your job?
Yeah, and people telling me makes my job easier, so, Zach, can you make me like you,
Très bien,
please?
Monsieur Demir.
Perhaps I should keep my occupation and reason for being here to myself. For now, at least. I fear it may derail my initial introductions. Yeah, it would. Just pretend you're a nosy rich person. They'll probably give you all the information you need if they don't know that you're actually trying to do anything. I understand the staff are busy, but I was hoping I could find someone to assist me.
You'll be lucky. I've been waiting for a refill for ages. I came out here to find someone myself.
Ah, I see. The preparations for this evening's dinner must have taken precedence.
Oh, it has.
I've seen that butler running around like a madman, but there is still no party to speak of. It's pretty clear they need to hire a few more hands.
It's true.
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
See you around, Zach.
Huh.
I imagine this is used by Archibald. I very much doubt Maman would use it. Yeah, she prefers non-working telephones, right? Wow, this is a nice place.
Ooh.
Is that a feather? An interesting looking piece of stationery. It looks rather delicate. Yeah. Quill pen. Alright. Fireplace. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. Probably feels so good after being outside in the cold for so long. It looks quite valuable and delicate. I shall resist the temptation to inspect it any further. Glass case. Looks like a statue. Piano.
Huh.
The chance to play is very tempting, but I shall save myself the embarrassment. Don't worry, you got me on the sticks, HERCULE. I'll carry you, bro. Tag on vase. Madame Van de Bosch has always been one for appearances. Why would the family want to keep a price tag on the vase? Ooh, we even got idle animations in this game. Okay. I guess she's gonna return it. They have been struggling financially. This area does not pertain to my current investigations. It doesn't. I guess there's something in there. Because it's not really letting me look at this painting. Never mind, it's letting me look.
Huh.
A portrait of a distinguished-looking gentleman. He doesn't appear to be related to the family. Yeah, he's not. This area does not pertain to my current investigations. Okay. This magnificent hall gives a sense of demeanor and grandeur of the house. Okay. Just what Zach's been saying to me.
I must act on thought.
Okay. Maybe because Archibald is doing too much. And is because of very few staff working.
I must take a different.
Okay. It says I can make a deduction here. Maybe stressed because the family holds secrets? I don't know.
This will not get me any. The pieces of the puzzle.
There we go. He's
finally
stressed
coming
because
together.
very few staff are working. A butler would usually escort me to my room, but on this occasion I must find my own way. Archibald is stressed due to lack of staff. Right. So the male guests are in the east wing, but I'm in the west. I'm surprised he's not making a connection between that. Like, that is weird. I guess I'm separated from everyone else because of my investigation. You know, don't really want to snitch to anybody about what's going on. Huh, I can go upstairs. Neat. I might look around up here. You can go further upstairs? I cannot see Madam allowing me to stay at the on the top floor. I'm not sure I would want to either. Yeah, her mom might be up there. Plants. Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. True that. True that. Very true. Nothing. And what are you? An auctioneer's receipt. I hope Madame Vandenbosch isn't finding it necessary to sell her belongings. Again. Again, Herc. Let's see, Fortune and Garcon, whatever. Master auctioneer and valuer. Receipt for value of 1 oil painting, 300. The gold flake frame chipped, 100. Okay. 1 marble bust. Purchase total. Made payable to C. Vandenbosch. Yeah. Looks like she's selling again. Cassandra's in more money trouble. I wonder if that's what the blackmail's about. She doesn't want them to find out. Or she's getting into some shady stuff. A painting of a valley with a series of beautiful cliffs. The scenery is truly breathtaking. I wonder if the butler's behind it. It's usually the butler that's behind these things. I can hear music from inside. This room must already have a resident. Perhaps others have arrived here before me? Maybe.
Ooh.
Group of saints. A beautifully composed painting of 7 saints. Madame has quite an eye for striking artwork. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Yeah. I like the... Oh, this is my room? I did not mean to go in here. Perfume baubles. A selection of perfume, compliments of the family. Seems rather fitting for a female occupant. Did they leave me some cologne as well? Oh, okay, this isn't our room. I thought I accidentally went into my room, and I would have been upset. A roaring fire, okay. Same thing. Is there anything on the desk? Window. The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounds the house. Okay. Changing screen. Understandable to hide a woman's modesty while changing. Huh. You didn't get fruit bowls. Very fancy. I don't know if someone's going to eat all that in their stay here, but nice thought, I guess. Hello, painting. Painting of the sun rising over a town. Sadly, it appears to have some water damage. Sad. Silly. I guess there are problems to room. This door does not seem fitting of a bedroom. Something far grander resides behind it. It's probably a study or a den or something. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Maybe a study. I'm not sure how it would fare coming face to face with such beasts. What is that? Oh, it's a bear. A little bear. The northeast quarter. I don't have a need to venture to this part of the house just yet. Yeah, that's a quarter. Grandfather clock. The time and skill it takes to perform such a wonderful piece is an art form. To build such a wonderful piece. Is this also a door? Yeah, the southeast quarter. I don't have a need to venture to this part of the house just yet. Let's go back downstairs. I guess we have to try one of those two doors that are nearby. Talk to Angeline. perfume bottles.
Order and method.
Maybe it has something to do with something I recently found. Can I link these?
Magnifique.
Magnifique. The changing room and the perfume bottles. It appears as though I am staying in a very feminine room. Perhaps there has been some confusion? Room prepared for female guests. I mean, yeah. I'm staying in a woman's room. I wonder why. Wait a second. We can link something else? Group of saints. And talk to Angeline. I guess we can talk to her about the painting. Maybe he's doing too much and that's why we're staying in a...
Cannot see the logic in...
Nope. How about lack of staff
Things are beginning to become
and me
clearer.
staying in a weird room? Archibald is clearly flustered with his task. It appears he sent me to the wrong room. Possibly. He's clearly flustered. Okay. Bedroom to advance the investigation. Wait, that was really my bedroom? Really? I can hear the bottles clanging and moving furniture. I assume this is the salon. The door is locked. Okay. Okay, I guess that's where the party is. I presume this leads to the dining room. I'm sure this will be a grand reveal when all are present. Okay, so the rooms were upstairs. I was wrong. Neat. I don't think I can talk to that guy. Okay. He's doing too much, so he misdirected me.
Is there something?
No. He's stressed and redirected
Come,
me.
my little grey cells.
Oh, the locked dining room door and the locked salon door. Yep, they're both locked.
What a revelation!
What a revelation. These must be the rooms for tonight's events. They must be locked for a good reason. Yeah, they're getting ready. Rooms for tonight's events. Staff are very busy.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Yeah, I doubt Madame's standards have dropped. The staff must be working hard to finalize preparations. You know it, Herc. They're very busy. Huh. What do you know? We're having an easier time than the prologue, making connections. Because we were just learning how to play the game and how to think logically. We needed a tutorial for that. And now we're doing it. We're smart. I shouldn't have said that. Now I've jinxed myself. And it's over. Cooked. We're gonna look like complete fools in front of the viewers. All two of them. I mean, what more do I have to... Okay, the cupboard? Cupboard, whatever. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. Okay. Okay, luggage. There's no tag, but must belong to one of the guests. You want to look at it? No? Okay. Can I inspect the bed? Pillow. A card is hidden under the pillow. It indicates Hugo would like Miss Conrad to speak with him as soon as possible. And we got a new conversation starter. It appears Monsieur Sterling has given me the wrong room. This one had been made up for a Jacqueline Conrad, no matter. I shall find ma chambre myself. I'll find my room myself. Whatever. See, Stafford too busy. Okay, I have to talk to Zachariah. Zach? Just talk to Zach. Conrad's room. It does not take a great detective to realize this is not my room. Inspect the ground floor. I'll have to advance the investigation. Okay. So I have to go downstairs, talk to Zach, and also just look around. Gotcha. Herc, please. You gotta walk faster, man. Oh, wait, who's this? Gideon?
You must be Detective Poirot. welcome.
Poirot.
Allow me to introduce myself. Gideon Demir.
Oh, is he brothers to Zach?
The fiancé to Mademoiselle Angeline. The pleasure is all mine.
Angeline spoke so highly of you. It sounds as though you are the man that can sort this terrible mess out.
Oh, you know it. I figured out that she stole her bracelet like 10 years ago. It was fun. Don't worry, I can sort out this blackmail for you. Should be way easier than finding a stupid bracelet.
I am, monsieur. You have my word.
The guests that are attending your announcements?
Mostly friends of the family. A couple of business associates of mine. Quite a mix from all walks of life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
With regards to the blackmailing, can they be trusted, or should they be considered suspects?
Angeline is struggling to trust anyone right now. But Madame Vandenbosch, as it is her house, thought it was best for us to have them all present.
Her house? Were we just in the backyard or something in the prologue? This place looks better than before. So much better.
And they will all be staying in the house.
Yes, it is a rather full house. All 6 guests will be staying on this floor. The family resides on the 2nd floor. As does Felix.
I will be sure to speak with them all. However, I will keep my identity and purpose for being here hidden, at least until I have made my initial introductions.
I'm afraid that ship may have already sailed. Once the Comtesse gets wind of something, a detective coming to the house, for example, you can bet everyone will know.
I just had to open my big mouth. I just had to do it. How was Angeline been since receiving the letters?
She tries her best to keep everyone else happy, but I can see it is taking its toll.
Quite understandable. She is feeling the burden of the family that is not hers to carry.
Angeline has spoken with her mother. She has asked if there is anything that could be used against her, but she was just so dismissive.
Of course she was. Of course she was dismissive. This is what she does.
And what are your thoughts on the matter?
I do not want to overstep my position, but if there is something that could damage not only the Vandenbosch name, but our future, Angeline deserves to know.
Based.
That is a very diplomatic answer.
It is. It's true.
You have met Madame. You know it is best to not get on her wrong side.
Yeah, or she might put someone innocent in jail. Yeah, I know. You don't want to get on her bad side ever. I have. Mademoiselle Gideon is wise to select his battles carefully where Madame is concerned. I cannot help noticing an air of antipathy when mentioning the Major. Major?
You are very observant, Detective. You would be wise to keep that perceptive nature while you're here.
I'm sure you are
The
correct.
Major?
But I'd like to return to your feelings towards the Major.
He has been a good friend to Madame Vandenbosch over the years, but that does not make him a good man, or suitable to involve himself in family affairs.
Oh yeah, the Major from the prologue. I hate that guy. He has not said anything negative against the Major, but it sounds as though he is questionable of the Major's intentions. He said he wasn't a good man. How is that not negative? How is that not negative against him? But, oh well. That's just me, though. I'd slander him.
Merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
See you around, Giddy. Angeline is here. The sooner I learn more about the blackmail, the quicker she can return to celebrating her happy news. I'm also eager to tell her about Elizabeth and what became of young Florette. Ooh, okay, we got news. Nice, nice. A new mind map. The Vandenbosch family has held a place in my mind since our first meeting. I am most interested to see what has changed since then. Unsure of the Major's intentions. Felix are both very close to the family. I feel there is no conflict between the two. Tag on the vase. Has always been one for appearances. Why would the family want to keep a price tag on the vase? And the receipt. An auctioneer's receipt. She isn't finding it necessary to... She might be finding it necessary.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
It appears the family's financial situation is much the same as the last time I saw them. Can I confirm this? Probably. I'm keeping up appearances. Oh, we have to talk to Gideon about it. Wait a minute, what mind map is there? No, I don't know the different rooms. Okay, guest residing on first floor. And the family retains their privacy on the second. I'm gonna go talk to Gideon again. Hey there, Giddy.
Please, ask away, detective.
Thank you. I'm aware the finances can be a sensitive subject. But may I ask of the house's situation?
As far as I'm aware, everything is in order. From what I understand, the late Viscount had made some questionable investments. But that is all in the past.
Questionable how? What was he involved in? Is that why they're blackmailing you?
And regarding the payment of the blackmail,
Angeline does not have to worry about money anymore. I was born into some wealth, and I have earned my own fortune.
Okay.
merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
Now I wonder if she's marrying him because she loves him or because she's just f***ing broke. Well, I guess we'll see. Hey there, Zachy. I can probably talk to him. Okay, he believes the finances are in order.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
It looks like the family have finally got back on track with their money problems. Great to hear. Okay. Taking care of their money now. Financial records. Okay, this is the financial records map. This is the... Okay, this is the blackmail. These are the details of the blackmail. And this is the house. I can't really link anything on the blackmail map, so I have to get more information. I'm gonna talk to Zach first.
Detective, it looks as though I might be out here all weekend. What can I do for you?
Well, give me something to do before I go over there to Angeline. It looks like I'll be talking to her for a while. Would it not be easier to find the staff yourself, instead of waiting for their return?
I'm a guest. I shouldn't have to go around chasing them.
Perhaps the party preparation is more of a priority.
It's not my fault they aren't ready. Why don't I wait here while you check in the butler's pantry in the east corridor? I think I saw a maid go in there earlier.
Why would I go check?
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
Now he's got me fetching after them. Where is it? Inspect the butler's pantry to advance the investigation. Okay. Angeline first, and then more inspecting. Come here,
Mademoiselle
Angie.
Angeline, it is a pleasure to see you again.
It's not, but I'll pretend it is.
Detective, how wonderful you are here. Your travel was not too arduous, I
Jeez,
hope?
she's so tall. She's taller than him.
Watching from my carriage window, I saw the beautiful countryside and rolling hills. It was anything but taxing.
I'm truly thankful you could make it here at such late notice.
No thanks are required, mademoiselle. When one is requested personally, there is nothing more important.
It seems the staff have almost run off their feet today. Is it always like this?
Gideon and I only wanted a small dinner to celebrate our engagement, but Maman was adamant on throwing this party. It may have been her idea, but it's the staff that have made it happen.
And she's working them to death. Nice.
Their efforts do not go unnoticed, from me at least. They have been with us for so long. I do my best to make sure they are happy and content.
And what does your mom do? Okay, she's made a remarkable transformation from selfish, spoiled brat to gracious young woman I see before me. Okay, cool, cool. Although I must solve this case alone, her insight may be of great assistance throughout my investigation. That's what he said about Elizabeth, and she ended up being like completely innocent. So I guess Angeline is... Yeah, it's not like she has anything really serious with this. She's the one who called us. Why would she call us the investigator? That would be so weird. So yeah, I guess she's going to be completely trustworthy. First things first, I'm going to ask about young Florette. Tell me what became of her.
Oh, detective, I'm afraid I just don't know.
You're so fake, man.
She was quite adamant at the police station that she would not be returning to the house, but I assumed she would at least collect her belongings.
I hope so. All 2 things she owned.
Maman demanded that Elizabeth pack up everything she had and dispose of it.
Dispose? She didn't even do anything wrong. Your mom is evil, Vera. As if the poor girl had not already lost enough.
But I couldn't let that happen. Elizabeth and I took her belongings, what little there was of them, to a friend of hers in the town that Elizabeth knew of. But not even she had heard from her.
Could Florette have returned to her family?
I wanted to contact her, but I had no address or telephone number.
Jeez.
Surely Madame must have had some information when she employed her.
You saw how Mama was. As soon as Florette was out of sight of the house, it was as though she had never been there at all. Elizabeth was most upset at the news Florette would not be returning.
Why would she want to return working for you dickheads? I'd be miserable too.
And your mama's choice to ignore her accountability for the girl stopped you searching.
Please, detective, you cannot make me feel any worse than I already do. If I could go back and live that day again, you must believe me, I would never have done it.
Yeah, okay, buddy. You better still have that bracelet. Angeline has finally accepted responsibility and is remorseful for her actions that day and the consequences that followed. I am pleased to see a maturity in her, but that does not help young Florette, wherever she may be. I'm going to talk about the art first, make some small talk, after, making her feel completely terrible.
Yes, Maman has quite a collection, although they are not all to my taste. Most, in fact.
The painting of the saints, in particular, it is quite exquisite. Is it connected to the house in some way?
The one in the hall? If you look above your bedroom door, you will see one of their names. I believe they were originally carved to watch over the occupants.
That's cool. Okay, now the important bit. Who knows?
Only Maman, Elizabeth, my beloved Gideon, and you, of course.
Your mom's the leak. She's gotta be. Her, Gideon.
And what is your fiancé's opinion of the letters?
He thinks me foolish for paying the first one if there is no secret to reveal. But
But
But you believe there may be a secret lurking, one that Maman is herself keeping hidden.
she tells me nothing. Even though I'm a grown woman on the verge of marriage, she still treats me like the child I once was.
Perhaps it is out of love that she protects you. It is in every mother's nature to protect their young from hurt.
the relationship between Madame and Cass are obviously far from perfect. Is obviously far from perfect. She should treasure the time she has with Angeline before she is wed and flown the nest. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have sent the letters?
Not a single person. I don't know anyone that would stoop so low.
The guests that will be joining us tonight, they are ones you can trust?
I hope so, detective. Before the letters arrived, I would not have thought twice about it.
They are all close friends of yours, I assume.
Friends and colleagues, Gideon has spoken positively about them. It would be a rather underhanded tactic to do such a thing to someone you are doing business with.
It's blackmail, and you guys are loaded. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Well, it is underhanded, but will that really stop them? She seems naive to the nature of business. It can be ruthless and unapologetic. Perhaps I should not overlook them as suspects as easily as she has. Yeah, don't do that.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall find you if there is anything further I need.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, she's upset. Yeah, Florette's unknown what happened to her. Try to contact her. Angeline has matured, okay. Huh, I wonder if Florette has a hand in this. I don't know. Well, she did have some grievances about the family and wanting them to hurt. So who knows? Maybe. Quite possibly. Let's see, certain information. Plaques above doors. She claims the saints are represented above some of the doors in the house. How many, I wonder?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
7 saints. I should find these above 7 doors in the house. I wonder if this matches the number of expected guests. Maybe it's on the first floor?
Another success. I never doubted myself.
All the first floor rooms are accounted for. Perhaps the missing door is hidden elsewhere. Right, he did say there were 6 of us. Yeah, there's 7 saints, but 6 doors, or 6 guests staying there. 1 door is missing. Perhaps where? In the welcome book. Maybe this has something to do with it?
This will not get me any closer.
No. Maybe the plaques above doors will help me?
I must act on thought and...
No, it's stupid. Says the family holds a few secrets, so maybe that has something to do with the hidden room.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Yes, sir. I fear her secret may not be the only one this house is hiding. Yeah. The house holds many secrets. Okay, so there might be a secret door upstairs. I guess it's going to be a secret hidden door. Or at least in that one area we couldn't get to before. That I said might be a study or something. I can't inspect items in this room yet, so I'm going to talk to this woman first. Never mind, I see something. Cupboard. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. Yep. Pots and pans. Cook has obviously used them for quite some time, judging by their condition. Wait, the name. It said Elizabeth. Yo, Lizzie. How's it hanging, buddy? You and Luke doing okay?
Ah, Mademoiselle Elizabeth. What a pleasure to see you again.
Detective Poirot, I'm so glad you could make it.
Unfortunately, it is not purely for pleasure that I am here. Mademoiselle Angeline requires my attention professionally.
Yes, Angeline has told me. I'm glad she called upon you, Detective. I've been rather worried about her.
I will do everything I can to find the blackmailer and bring them to justice.
I have every faith in you.
Thank you.
I hope I am not interrupting you.
We are all very busy, as I'm sure you can imagine. After I'm done, I can come to your room and help you with any further questions.
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd also like to know where my room is. I'm rather embarrassed to say I'm having trouble looking my thoughts exactly.
No one escorted you. I'm so sorry. Everyone is just so frantic at the moment. Madame has requested all staff prepare for this evening.
And you have been tasked with jobs in the pantry. Surely your talents could be used elsewhere.
Like what?
I do as Madame asks. Well, as Archie asks.
Who the hell's Archie? Oh, right, Archibald. Yeah, Archie.
Monsieur Sterling. Yes, I met him when I arrived. A charming gentleman. He did give me some rather vague instructions to find my room, though.
You did. I don't like them at all.
I can only apologise on his behalf. He would be mortified. I'm afraid I cannot be of much more help, but I believe you are located next to Mr. De Silva. By all means, the house is yours to explore.
Okay, thank you. I suppose it would not take on such Sterling's lack of directions personally, considering the amount of work they've been tasked with. At least I now have permission to roam the house. Cool. I'm glad to see Angeline is not allowed to blackmail to dampen her spirits today.
Yes, I'm afraid it may be all for show, though. She has not been herself, and it is not only I that have noticed.
Madame Vandenbosch. Surely it must have had some effect on her.
Madame has carried on as though nothing has happened. She has never been one to show emotion, and she doesn't seem to notice how it has affected Angeline. The staff, on the other hand... Angeline means no harm, but there have been some instances recently where she has acted rather sharply with them.
Okay, so she's taking after her mother. Understandable.
I hope not too sharply. A house of 2 Madame Vandenbosches would surely be too much for anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there anymore. I'd die. I saw the welcome book as I arrived.
Ah yes, guests are requested to sign the book when arriving. I believe it gives details to the guests' room locations.
Okay. So it'll be helpful. Thank you.
It stated the male guests are to be staying in the East Wing.
Yeah.
Yes, Madame does not believe in male and female guests residing beside one another.
Of course she doesn't. She doesn't believe in anything. I have been eagerly waiting to hear more of Belgium's greatest love story. Yeah, I need to hear about that.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm afraid it is far from a happy ending. Luke is sadly no longer with us.
What? What happened to him?
Oh, mademoiselle, I was not aware.
Jeez.
It's fine, Detective, honestly. I'm sorry, but I really must finish this.
Sorry.
Bien sûr, mademoiselle.
That hurts because she was so happy to be married, well, marrying this guy. A man that has a mind so brilliant and astute, I have made an easy job of embarrassing myself. Let this be a reminder to use one's gray cells before speaking. I mean, it's not like I can't really see the model that well. I don't know if she's wearing a ring on her finger.
Merci, mademoiselle.
The pleasure is mine, Detective.
Damn. So sad. Okay, I have to talk to Angeline. Let's see. Permission to roam. Need to talk to Zach. And my neighbor is Ernesto. What's an Ernesto doing in Belgium, dude? Okay, inspect the east rooms. The welcome book is correct. Nice. Okay, so I need to do a lot of exploring. I've inspected the butler's pantry. I hope it crosses that out, so I don't think I have to do that anymore. Yeah, I just gotta roam around the house. Actually, what am I saying? It tells me my objectives right here. It's fine. The rooms. Angeline. Luke passed away. It was not the news I was expecting to hear. How very upsetting. Jeez. I wonder how he passed away. Probably doesn't matter for the story, but it
Before
could.
you leave, Detective, I have something for you beside the furnace here from Angeline. She wanted me to give it to you on your arrival.
Huh, okay.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Hello, letter.
Huh.
A second letter acknowledges a payment from a previous blackmail letter. Vandenbosch, you were wise to take me seriously. You have bought my silence, for a moment at least. Your family's privacy obviously means a great deal to you if you are willing to pay to keep your secrets hidden, and continue to pay you will. Would your maman be as willing to part with her wealth? You will bring a second parcel with another 5,000 francs to the cobblers, this time addressed to a Monsieur Fontaine by close on Friday. You have done your family a service by keeping this arrangement to yourself. I'm sure I do not have to tell you what will happen if the police are involved. I hope it will come to that. Okay, so a fontaine. Of course it's a fontaine. I am now able to read the letters that were sent to Angeline. I'm sure there's a great deal to learn from them, and hopefully some clues to the author. Yeah. Previous payments. More Angeline talking. Concern for Angeline. They notice a change. Why are they so concerned, I wonder? And it's handwritten. Yeah, it's written in fancy handwriting. What instrument was used to write this so eloquently? Maybe the quill pen we saw.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Wait, is it serious? I can't ignore the coincidence. The same style of pen that wrote the letters present in the house. Was that the same quill pen? Really? Talk to her to advance the investigation. Wow. It really is the same quill pen.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
I've noticed a rather extravagant looking pen in the hall.
I would not say it in front of the Major, but it is rather hideous. It was a gift from him to Madame from his time overseas. I don't think it even has the capability of writing.
You sure about that?
A pen that does not write is like a fish that cannot swim.
As Angeline describes it, a useless ornament. It's the thought that counts, I suppose.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Pleasure is mine, Detective.
How do you know it can't write? Ornamental. Not to be used, one would assume. Okay, so it's not that same pen. I see why we'd think that, though. I see why. House deeds. The deeds for the house are rightly framed, but why left here not hanging on the wall? Okay, I'm able to see more things. This is the same cupboard I looked at a few seconds ago. Dumb. Can I squeeze by? Okay, I can squeeze by over here. I'm leaving. Oh, Angie. Looks like we have more things to talk about there, friend. House deeds. The deeds for the house. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Zach, and just clean his part of this up.
Detective, it looks as though I might be out here all weekend. What can I do for you?
You can get out of here, man. Sterling said my room was on the first floor.
Is that what he said? I can barely understand most of what he says with that accent.
And I could barely look at you with that haircut. Now what? I can understand Sterling perfectly, but Demar is one more Venge rogue away from becoming unintelligible. Oh, Vin Rouge. Oh, wait. Okay.
I find his accent rather pleasant, reassuring.
I guess. Not too helpful when it comes to finding your room, though. You'll probably be the lucky one that has that hideous plant outside the door.
But I like the plan.
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
Alright, Angie, looks like we got some stuff to talk about. Wait a minute. Hideous plant. Okay, I guess there's a plant near the east wing. Angie.
What can I help you with, Detective?
A lot, actually. Let's talk about Luke first. I like Luke.
As you would expect, she has been in quite a state. It was such a terrible accident. She kept it to herself for almost a week before she even told me.
Pardon, how could you not know? Surely his absence from the house was noticed.
Maman fired him after he returned to the house. She said he could not be trusted.
What? Why?
But Mademoiselle Elizabeth's position was kept?
I begged Maman for them both, But she said if he was willing to go behind her back, what else could he do?
Wait, go behind her back with what? Is it about the relationship thing?
Falling in love is a far cry from committing even the smallest crime, n'est-ce pas?
A cruel and unnecessary decision by Madame Van den Bosch. She has no right to fire him and tear him away from his betrothed. Let's see, I spoke with Elizabeth and I fear I may have upset her. Yeah.
She has been a kind shoulder to lean on through all this mess, but it is her I worry about. She has been through so much.
So much.
I was not aware of what had happened, and by mentioning, I fear I may have only made it worse by dredging up the past.
Do not punish yourself, detective. You are not to know. I don't think your honest mistake will make much difference to how she has been feeling recently.
It is easier said than done. I have already seen a difference in Elizabeth. She was once so exuberant and optimistic, seeing the positives in everything and everyone. But now I fear the loss of her love and the careless reminder from me may have dampened her outlook. She showed me the letters you received. One of them has already been paid.
I was right to pay it, yes? You have read them. What do you think?
I think they are very vague, and you probably shouldn't have paid them.
You were wise to consult me, but bowing to their threat may have only shown that you are willing to pay for their silence. Is the secret they speak of worth so much?
Dude, she doesn't even know what secret they have. Like, she doesn't know what she's paying for.
I wish I could, but I have no idea. The letter was addressed to me, but I have nothing to hide. Maman took one look at it and disregarded the whole thing as someone's idea of a joke.
Yeah, she took one look at it, disregarded it, and then started selling more things to get more money. Like, that's pretty suspicious, man.
She looked at it. She is not aware of the second letter.
Oh my god, she didn't tell her? Why would she... Well, at the same time, she did just finish paying a blackmail letter. Why would she tell her mom? She couldn't even tell her that she hid her bracelet. Why would she tell her that?
She doesn't know I paid the first. I thought I could make it all go away.
Oh my. Angie, please stop trying to solve problems with her talking to me. Please, man.
Did you ask Madame if there was a family secret they could be privy to?
She said I was to ignore the letters and stop wasting my time with such foolishness. If there was something, she wouldn't tell me anyway.
Yeah, she really wouldn't. But at the same time, she's not really concerned on the outside. So I don't know. It appears she believes Cass's attempts to brush away the serious nature of the letters as little as I do. May I ask how you came into such a large amount of money to pay the ransom? Yeah, you guys are just broke. What happened?
I couldn't ask Maman for the money. She was angry that I had even considered paying it. Gideon offered to help.
You used your fiancé's money for this?
Pardon, did he not think you foolish for paying?
He did, but he said he couldn't stand by and watch me in so much distress.
And then he put up 5,000 without a second thought. My gosh.
How honorable.
Yeah, honorable.
We are soon to be married, detective. A loving partnership that faces their troubles together. They are his words.
I did not mean anything by it, mademoiselle. You have found yourself a husband that will stand by your side and do what must be done to protect you. I am most pleased for you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall find you if there is anything further I need.
He has a very warm smile. See, Gideon paid the first demand. She is unaware. Talk to Gideon. Okay, I need to talk to him. Maybe these are connected since Gideon paid and she's unaware.
Is there something?
No, it's not. No. Maybe he's worried because he had to pay it? No.
Come, my little Grayson. I must take a different approach if I am...
Okay, I thought these would definitely be connected since she obviously changed after paying. She's unaware and he is concerned.
Some
There
would
we
say
go.
A lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
They have no doubt be concerned not only Angeline, but also for their positions at the house. What is the extent of their knowledge on the matter? Okay, the staff is aware. Yeah, the staff could know more. They really could know more. And if Elizabeth had the letter, I wonder who else read it before I saw it. Cass angry at Elizabeth and Luke. And she has a better self.
Is there something I am...
No, wait, she hasn't been herself because he just died.
What a revelation!
Yeah, that makes sense. It is truly terrible that Luke passed away, and to see how broken Elizabeth is. Yeah. She mourns for him. And Luke was fired.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Okay. Angeline's mindful of staff.
Order and method.
Maybe I can connect these. She's mindful of staff and she matured.
I must act on
No, wait,
thought
no.
and...
Oh. Yeah, okay. This covers Elizabeth's losses recently. She lost her friend and her husband, so yeah. Losing a loved one and not having a close friend to talk to would be difficult for anyone, yeah. She's going through it, bro. Okay, so I need to find my room. And I have nothing to connect about the blackmail, so I can't really solve that yet.
Huh.
Oh, what do you know? I was assigned the wrong room, and I knew it when I came here. Good stuff, good stuff. Hello, hideous plant. So which one? That's the southeast corridor. And that's the northeast. Let's try north first. Luggage. Okay, it's Zach's. I presume his rather expensive luggage. His room faces the back garden. I should really conclude that this room is mine before going in. Come on, just take a look around her. Plant. This plant is striking and full of color. It really draws one's attention in a positive way. Okay, so it's not the ugly plant that he was talking about. I guess that's in the other corridor. I can hear a male voice practicing what sounds like a speech. Perhaps we shall hear this later. Maybe. Maybe. Southeast quarter. So I'm practicing a speech. Yeah, I guess I have to connect this new information to something.
This will not get me any...
Okay, music and a speech.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally...
Okay, I must have been one of the last to arrive. I should settle myself as soon as possible, yeah. Okay, they arrived already. I guess we had to make a deduction to really know that for sure, but okay. Hello, plant. Or is that the plant over there? This plant is striking and full of color. It really draws one's attention in a positive way. It's another attractive plant. So what did he mean? Did he say that he's... More luggage for Dr. Mr. E. De Silva left unattended and right between the two front-facing rooms. Okay. Plant.
Mhm.
I would not consider any form of nature ugly, but I'm not sure how I feel about this plant. I think you said my room was the one with the ugly plants, so yeah, that's mine. Mention, I may be next to, as he described, a hideous plant. Okay. This is Mr. De Silva's room.
Ah. Oh,
This may be my room, but it looks like I have a few things to settle first. Like what? What do you have to do, man? Alright, we have to talk to Gideon. Of course, Gideon. I forgot about him. How could I forget about such a loving husband? At least he's not Gideon Graves. Then this marriage would be a nightmare.
Please, ask away, detective.
I assume you've heard about the consequences of my visit last time.
Angeline has spoken of it. You made quite the impression on her, detective.
I hope so.
I feel responsible for what came from that day. Florette's dismissal and Luke's.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't really out Luke, so yeah. It's not really our fault Luke got dismissed. Florette, though, also not our fault. We tried to present the evidence, she just didn't care.
It is not your fault. Madame van den Bosch does not like it when her rules or authority are undermined. I tried to explain to Angeline the same, but her guilt has not left.
No, she should be very guilty about what happened to Florette, at least. It's her fault. Let's see, she explained the payment of the blackmail letter.
I suppose you think I was unwise to pay it?
Oh, very. I think you're stupid.
I am glad Mademoiselle requested my help before you fell further out of pocket.
Madame van den Bosch had no intentions of paying it. Whether she believes there is a secret that could ruin the family, or not.
It was an honorable move for you to make the payment. It was certainly no small fee.
Yeah, it wasn't. Why would you pay 5K for that?
Angeline is to be my wife, and then we shall be family. As far as I am concerned, my money is our money.
Merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
All I'm getting from this is that he loves his soon-to-be wife.
Come, my little grey cells.
Gideon sees his money as the family's. Family taking care of money now. That's probably because they have him to lean on now.
I must take a different approach if I...
Okay. Keeping up appearances.
Order and method.
Okay. It's not that.
Another
There we
success.
go.
I never doubted myself.
Finally. Mindful of the staff and her guilt about this dismissal. Okay. Angeline was trying to do good, even though the dismissals weren't entirely her fault. Angeline is trying to redeem herself, so that's why she tried to contact Florette, right?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Yeah. She says she never intended for Florette to be fired, and I believe her. Yeah, turns out she was being honest about that. It is certainly not the happy news I was expecting. Elizabeth lost her beloved Luke. Young Florette has not been seen, even with her efforts. At least it appears the family have survived their financial difficulties. Okay. Just wanted to help Florette. Wow, so we have that done. Okay, so we're all caught up on the family drama. We know what happened. Now let's get to our room. Come, my little gray cells, let us solve this mystery. Okay, this has to be our room. The bedroom next to Mr. De Silva, this must be my room. Yeah, the one with the ugly-ass plan. Finally, I have found my room. Although the journey was longer than expected, the destination was really quite charming. I should make myself familiar and comfortable with my new surroundings. Can't really get anything right there. Book. I wonder if I will get a chance to catch up on my reading while I stay here. I mean, how long are we staying here? Just until we solve the case, but how long is that going to take? A few days? A week or two? Window. The snow has limited the view from the window, but it certainly has a beauty of its own. Another nice fireplace. We gaze into it for hours. Even for a detective like myself, finding this room was quite an arduous task. The house may hold more secrets than expected. Okay, we found our room. Is there anything over here? No, there isn't. Well, time to talk to her. Wow. We found our room. We found out what happened. Now I need to solve this blackmail thing.
Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I shall not take up too much more of your precious time.
Yeah.
Not at all, Detective. I had best not be away for too long. Madame would not be pleased when there is so much work to do.
Yeah.
Well, mademoiselle, if anyone was to ask, I required your urgent attention with a delicate matter. That should be enough to give you a moment's peace.
I hope so.
Thank you, Detective.
Can I assume you are aware of the probable blackmail ring in the area?
I have heard whispers, but this town is full of busybodies. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air from socialites trying to outdo one another.
I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter.
I'm not, but it can be hard to ignore. I try to push any talk of it in the house. But it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up the most scandalous rumour.
You are a loyal maid and friend. Mademoiselle Angeline is fortunate to have you.
It baffles me why they would target her in the first place. She has such a kind and pure soul. That may not be what you remember of Mademoiselle, but she has grown into a kind-hearted young lady.
It's probably because she's naive that she's such an easy target.
I was wary of that when I arrived, but I myself can see a change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter.
Letters, Detective. I brought you the other.
Yeah. Wait, there was another one? Vandenbosch, you do not know me, but I know you and your family very well. For years you have stood high on your pedestal, attending parties and living the lifestyle of the upper class, a life you were born into, all the while hiding a sordid secret that would tarnish the name forever. Once a respected family with morals and nobility, but now you rely on riches and jewelry to show your worth, a worth that is not deserved, even residing in a home that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. Huh. I'm starting to think maybe Florette had a hand in this, since, you know, someone that knows a lot about the family, but I don't know. But then again, who would be her... Who would be helping her in this, though? It wouldn't make sense for it to be, what is his name? Gideon. Because he's kind of paying the ransom. Unless he's doing this in some way to, you know, secure having a hot wife. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a small brown paper parcel filled with 5,000 francs to Monsieur Dunpont, to Barbier and Sons Cobblers before sundown on Friday. The Cobblers again. If you do as I request, this will be the last you hear from me. You'll be able to return to your life of stolen wealth and excess. If you refuse, be sure the name Vandenbosch will be on the whisper of lips for years to come. Wait. Stolen? What exactly is going on here?
I have tried to tell her not to think any more on them, but she fears that even a fabricated story could ruin the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement.
I have met Monsieur Demire, and I cannot see his love for Angeline diminishing at something so trivial. Merci for bringing this letter to
Yeah,
me.
thanks. Angeline worries so much about the family name, but from Elizabeth's telling, she has nothing to worry about, at least from her own perspective. Perhaps the secret does not directly concern Angeline at all, and she is merely the easy target. Yeah, if anything, they should be targeting, what's her name? Cassandra. But yes. Yes, Angie is an easy mark. They're hitting a lick on her. Real shit, man. They're already at, what, like 10k? About to be 15?
Merci, mademoiselle.
Pleasure is mine, Detective.
Okay, the first letter, second letter. Okay, so there were 2 letters. Yeah, wishes family to leave the matter. And wishes them to suffer.
This will not get me any closer.
Okay, those aren't connected. Payment demanded. Payment acknowledged. Handwritten. House deeds. Maybe that's why the deeds are out in the open?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Could the blackmailer be more interested in the house than the money they've demanded? Possibly. They may want the house. And she wishes the family to suffer. Could that be...
I must act on thought and...
Okay. I'm going to talk to Elizabeth. See if I can get some clarity on this. And also check out the blackmail part. Wishes the family to suffer. Wishes to leave the manor. Okay, it's a motive. They may want the house, but what? The staff's concerned. The madam's unaware of the payments. Gideon paid the first demand, but could it be related to... No, wait, I don't think it's related to them wanting the house.
I cannot see the logic in...
I'm going to talk to Elizabeth.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
I was not aware there were plans to sell the house. Wait, they're selling the house?
That is news to me, Detective.
The deeds to the house that have been left on the table. Perhaps I am jumping to a hasty assumption.
Yeah, very hasty.
Oh no, Madame asked Archie to inquire in town about having the house registered as a landmark. It's a shame the snow is so thick. The gardens are quite wonderful in full bloom. Perhaps you will be able to walk them when the snow clears.
Merci, mademoiselle.
The pleasure is mine, Detective.
Okay, so they don't want the house. House registers as a landmark, so their blackmailer probably doesn't want the house.
Is there something I...
Bro.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay. House may hold secrets. And they are aware. Okay, there we go. The house holds many secrets and the staff's aware. The staff members that are aware of the blackmail could possibly know the reason why. Yeah, they could know. It appears the Van den Bosch secret may not be a secret at all. The house staff may know what the blackmailer is holding over the family. Yeah, they could know. Maybe Archibald knows. Jeez.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
That took me forever. Do you know where Angeline is now?
She will no doubt be with Master Gideon. The party was just beginning when I came upstairs.
Okay.
That is my cue to make a grand entrance. Am I presentable enough for the creme of society?
Yeah, you have been since you stepped through that door, bro. Just
Quite
put your
handsome,
ankles away,
Detective.
though.
Merci. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs.
I will use Madame's sharpest poker.
Aw, you. What the... Is someone gooning in the other room?
It sounds as though someone else may have already been poked.
Huh. That's chapter 1? Really? The altercation. He knocked the major flat. You know, Gideon, I like you a lot already, man. Wonder why he decked him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would be so kind to return to the party.
With all this excitement out here,
I believe that is an end to the excitement, as you put it, Monsieur Demir.
It is hardly the job of a detective to resolve domestic arguments, but under the circumstances, perhaps there is more to it. I shall speak with the major outside. Yeah, maybe.
Ah, thank God. One last match.
Bonjour, Monsieur Hagen.
You know, thank God Gideon got to you before I could. I would have knocked you flat back in the prologue, you little bitch.
I wondered when you would be arriving. At least now you can do your job.
I've been doing my job the whole time. Perhaps you won't get in the way of my investigation and ruin it again.
Pardon, Monsieur.
Excuse me.
I have just been assaulted. I want him arrested.
No.
I'm afraid it is not as simple as that. I merely witnessed you standing up from the ground.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Crazy, huh? Would you like to explain what happened?
This is ridiculous. You know very well what he did.
No, I don't. I saw you getting up. You must have keeled over and died. Or whatever, I don't know.
Perhaps you could elaborate on what instigated the altercation.
Yeah, what did you do to make someone punch you? You know, other than show them your very loving and gracious personality.
I should have known you wouldn't make things easy.
What do you mean? I have a very easy tone. And I'm trying to ask you what happened. Why aren't you working with me on this, bro? I'm starting to think you were asking for it, dude. It's clear that he is still outraged by what has just happened, but I must learn what caused such escalation into physical violence. I guess I'll push him. Maybe I should be sympathetic?
I have met Monsieur Demir. He does not seem one to physically assault someone unless provoked.
Yeah, he seems great.
I hope you're not implying that I started it.
No, I'm just making an observation.
I am only stating what I have seen.
Yeah.
I was having a private conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and struck me. That is all there is to know.
What were you talking to her about? If the Major is still the same man I met all those years ago, I'm sure he will remain defensive, and the blame for the altercation will fall solely on Demir. Perhaps the best approach would be to act as though I am on his side and cox out the truth. If I'm acting like I'm on his side, I should say he was being polite.
I would not act any other way. Well, unless I am provoked.
Provoked.
You have grown rather close with the Vanden Bosch family, it seems.
Maybe.
What has my relationship with the family got to do with anything? Why are you even here, officer?
Trying to get to the bottom of this.
Detective. And I was invited by Mademoiselle Angeline personally.
Yeah.
Seems to be mistake after mistake with that girl.
Yeah, like letting you into her house. Yeah, I guess I should be agreeable.
Of course I do. What a stupid question. He is scum. Him and his whole family.
Okay, so he does think it's a mistake that she's marrying him. And why does he think that?
If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house.
I see. So you clearly deserve to be punched. Thank you. Let's see, mocking. Do you think his actions were appropriate? I think I'll say there's some animosity between them. Why not?
Officer Poirot, are you going to do something about him or not?
It is Detective Poirot. And if you refuse to answer my questions, I do not see how I can continue.
I don't see how either.
I just don't know what she sees in him. Angeline could do so much better.
Like what? You?
I don't think she realizes what she is getting herself into. I can't imagine her living a happy life with that rogue.
Why do you think that of him?
I see. Merci, monsieur, for your honest opinion, whether I agree or not.
You gonna elaborate? I'd like to hear why you think he's a rogue.
I shall leave you to your cigar and return to the party.
Okay. So he honestly does care for the family, it seems. But he doesn't care for her fiancé. Well, that implies that there is something shady going on with him. So I guess I shouldn't overlook Gideon's part in the blackmail. Could be into it. Could not be. It is not often such a violent altercation happens at a celebration such as this. I should investigate why it began. New mind map? The party is already filled with more drama than most and has barely begun. I was requested here to find the blackmailer, but perhaps the altercation is connected somehow. Oh, it's 100% connected. But that's gonna be a thing for next time. We made it through chapter 1. Learned all there is to learn about the party so far. Learned why we're here. And maybe in the next time in chapter 2 we'll find out exactly what more is what else there is to this altercation. And maybe learn a bit about Gideon and why, the Major thinks he's so shady. I don't know, I want to root for the guy. Because he punched the Major and I don't really like him. So, yeah. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna zoom in on Herc doing his thinking pose. Yeah, that's right. Stroke your chin, buddy. Look around. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Later.